The character that I decided to go with was Kenny Manelli, a mafia member of the 1920s who's second in command to mafia boss Frank Costello, a childhood friend that he grew up with in New York. I chose this character because I thought it would be interesting to go from the male perspective of the 1920s, and I have always enjoyed learning about the mob, and I didn't really want to be a flapper. Then I chose the storyline and props by sort of basing it all off of the idea that he would slowly go more and more insane, and then creating events that would help lead to that. In the prompts, I would choose something that would help to lead my storyline further, and that I could also include SFI with. I had issues with finding good SFI that I could create in the prompt and make it flow, but I sort of tried to overcome this by thinking of the SFI first before I chose a prompt. And I really liked this project because I thought it was interesting to do something that sort of involved creative writing over just answering a prompt. The journal I'll be reading is How Important a Role Has Money, Work, or Social Class Played in Your Life? The date is October 29th, 1929, Black Tuesday. It's chaos. People are flooding the streets of New York in the hopes to be able to withdraw their funds and rioting when their money can't be returned. My family has always been poor, at least until I joined the National Crime Syndicate, so money was often talked about. However, now that it's the only thing that anyone else is talking about, it's thankfully not a big deal for us. My dad did end up buying some stock in August when the market was at its peak, just before the crash. He fortunately didn't end up losing such a great deal as to those who went into debt when they bought on margin. The only problem is that my dad is beginning to refuse my money and insists on working. Being a farmer in an economy with a struggling agricultural industry is simply a death wish. Money has always defined my family. I think my dad has just grown accustomed to that definition and has too much stubborn pride to let himself use his sons. Money used to define us all, but now, after today, I'm afraid it simply creates two categories, the affected and not.